Hey there, I'm Jenn Herman with Jenn's Trends, and if you've heard that Instagram is showing your content to 10% of your audience and then determining who else to show it to based on that 10% engagement, I am here to break that myth. That is not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Let me explain how Instagram actually determines what your content will do and who it will be shown to, because it has nothing to do with 10%. In fact, that is a very confusing myth, and it has nothing to do with Instagram. That's very much almost more like a Facebook type thing, even though Facebook doesn't even work that way. I don't know where this myth came from. I don't know who started it, but it's been perpetuated for a long time, and it's time for it to stop. So when you post content on Instagram, the moment you hit publish, Instagram is determining where to put it in each and every feed of each and every single person that follows you. Instagram is not a popularity contest. It is based on individual interactions, which means if you consistently like my content or interact with my content every single time you see it, my content will rank really high in your feed. If you kind of half interact with my content, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, I'll be lower in the priority. If you never interact with my content, I will be one of the last pieces of content in your feed. Now, also, let's point out at this point, Instagram does not hide content. They simply resort the content algorithmically based on your last login. If you scroll far enough back, you will see every post uploaded by every account you follow, ranked in priority based on your likelihood to interact with that content. There are other things that determine where the ranking goes, but in general, based on the likelihood that you will interact with that content. So the less likely you are to interact with that content, the lower it's going to go in the feed, regardless of what anybody else is doing. So if you don't like my content, but you followed me because for whatever reason, you heard about me, you followed me on Instagram, but you're like, whatever, we ain't listened to what she's got to say, and you're rarely interacting with my content. But if every single other person that follows me loved and interacted with that content, it wouldn't bump it any higher in your feed. The popularity on Instagram is not heavily relevant at all. It's like a small, tiny fraction of relevancy to how posts will perform. So this whole 10% thing doesn't work. It doesn't, that's not how it happens, because Instagram will say, okay, Jenn Herman posted, great. These people, she's gonna be number 1 in their feed. These people, she's gonna be number 2, number 10, number 12, number 22. It starts determining where to place me based on when I post that content and based on whoever else is posting content that that person is following. If that person logs in every hour on the hour, they're going to see everything by everybody they follow because there's not that much new content. If they'd only follow 35 people, they're going to see everybody's content because there's not that much content being created by 35 people. If they follow 1,000 people and they only log in once every 3 or 4 days, they are not going to see every piece of content because it will be sorted algorithmically, and they're not going to scroll down far enough to see all of the posts uploaded by those 1,000 people in those 3 or 4 days. But again, has nothing to do with popularity. Clear? Cool? All right, thanks for tuning into this video. If you have any other questions or you need help with your Instagram strategy and actually using all of these things to your advantage so you can get in front of more of your audience, I want to work with you. Feel free to reach out to me, send me a DM, shoot me an email at Jenn, Jenn, at jenstrends.com, and I will be happy to talk with you and figure out how we can make your content work for you on Instagram. I will see you in the next video.